it's 9 o'clock. And say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes and agenda as presented.
Motion from Derby and a second from Smith to approve the minutes and agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Number 2, consider for approval release lien on Irish Hospital Apartments.
So MBT had contacted Beth with the economic development that somehow our lien was above MBT's lien, and we have really no lien on it. It was for our $80,000 grant. They satisfied everything needed to accomplish that, so I thought it was in our best interest to just release that lien so that MBT can be at the top there.
I would have thought that the lien would have been automatically released.
It's just, they talked about the final title work back from the lawyers, and our $80,000 was in front of MBT's bank mortgage. So I don't want to hold back a local bank from having,
Well,
first lien.
not that we would hold it above their heads in any way, but, yeah, I guess.
I think if things moved pretty fast in that whole process, and I think it was kind of a mistake that ours was in front of theirs. So to rectify it seemed like the simplest way would be to officially release the lien, and then they can have that
There's some
paperwork.
paper, yeah, they'll draw the paperwork up and after we release it. And
I think we'd start with a motion, and if they need something else, we could do that, don't you think?
I would assume there would be some kind of a document that would have to be signed.
Yeah.
Talk to Kelsey. Yeah.
Can we do the motion to start the process, you think?
Yes, please.
Okay. I will make a motion to release the lien that Winnebago County has on the mortgage with the Irish Hospital project.
Pending Kelsey's approval, or not
No,
necessarily?
we're just gonna release it and then start the process.
Okay, I'll second that motion.
Motion from Derby and a second from Smith to approve the release of the lien on the Irish Hospital Apartments. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
No, he's not here, is he?
No, he's not vacation, he's
Have you guys gone by the project yet?
mm-hmm.
I haven't seen the
Yeah.
equipment,
And
but
lots of,
I've seen the results, and it's really nice. I mean, it's seamless when you go from undone to done. I mean, you can't even feel that any lip at all. And when I get up to where last night, I went by it, and the equipment was parked, but it didn't look like a lot of equipment.
there must be more than just what you
I
saw
don't know
there.
what, yeah, maybe they parked it somewhere else, because
I've had a
all
lot
the
of
heaters and stuff
good
weren't there.
comments about it.
Millers weren't there.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the repaving project?
Yes.
South of Lake Mills.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're just about to Lake Mills now, and then gonna go back.
Mhm.
on-
It looks
They've done
beautiful.
one lane.
Maybe
pretty
that's
much.
been perfect weather, that hot weather though.
Well, it's gonna get better.
I bet.
Yeah, well, yeah, the next few days is,
Mhm.
The way he talked, it's not so much a scraping, it's more of a milling.
Mhm.
It's just a soft milling. So it's easy on the equipment, it goes quickly, and
It looks really nice. I hope it holds up. It's good.
yeah.
okay, anything else for secondary roads? All right. Move on to auditor's office, we'll discuss drainage matters. We're ready for you. comes. Look at that.
Oh, we can jump back. We thought we might not have a report because Scott was gone.
Oh,
Then we will go back.
All right.
No, stay.
Yeah. We will go back to number 3, but Ethan, entertain us.
well, Industrial's been doing pretty good, sticking to their time schedule on R74. They got A34 done yesterday, and then today they were starting from city limits and hoping to get to A38, and then tomorrow 38, and then back down the main stretch again, so.
I was just telling them, I thought it felt really good to drive on.
Yeah, it's taken some of the bigger dips out. You can still feel some of them, but they're definitely fixed for the most part. Yeah, they've been pushing as long as they can. Last night got done at like 7, so I think it's a good product. Looks really nice, rides smooth. So
I can't remember what you said the end date projected and.
I think in that report, didn't it say the first?
well, we're hoping this
Hoping.
Friday. is what
This Friday.
we're- yeah, as long as the weather holds.
Should be good weather for it.
Yeah.
The chances of rain are pretty minimal. So.
Yeah, and like this heat now helps them too. They can push a little bit faster. I think right now we're moving at 33 feet a minute, 33 to 32 feet, so it's going pretty good.
Wow. So then will you guys do the lines or are you gonna have somebody else do the lines?
Someone else will do the lines because we have those other micro surfacing roads that we're also doing, so have quite a few of them this year.
When will that start?
The micro surfacing, I think they were looking at towards the end of August. That, and then we got Sadler Construction is crushing that concrete pile of Laharps out there for us right now. They got about 3,800 tons right now crushed so far.
Where will you store that then?
It'll stay there.
It'll just stay there.
Do you move a loader down to load it, or do they load it?
We'll move one of our loaders down there. So that's looking good. Trucks are hauling gravel rock mix up in the Lake Mills area right now, and that product's looking really good. Good mix.
So that's limestone
And gravel from
Gravel.
Lewis's. So. And then the construction guys are working on cleaning under bridge rails right now on some of the gravel roads and blacktops, just for erosion. Some of those bridge rails haven't been touched in a long time, so they got grass and sod out way up to the bottom of the rail, so cleaning all that back.
How do you guys mix that stuff?
They're running 3 telephone poles for each truck and pub. So we put gravel down first and then we put rock over top of it.
That's how you're doing it. I thought maybe you had a mixture where you're getting it mixed up. I misunderstood.
Yeah, no, the maintainer does the mixing.
All right.
Just rolls it back and forth and
Yeah.
comes together good, so.
Oh, that's probably what I saw then. Is it a real different color?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more, just
Yeah.
looks like limestone and gravel, I guess, kind of has more of a reddish tint.
Wondering what that was.
So, which one is the Joyce Blacktop? That's the A30.
A38.
If you go west of that, to that bridge that's restricted,
Yep.
there must be a gap in the planks. There's a bare spot there, all the gravel's disappearing.
Okay. But yeah, we've dealt with that in the past, I guess. I'll take a look at it. We'll be over there again today.
It's
So.
getting bad enough to be a problem, or
No,
it's
that's-
just bare.
Well, if it's got a spot that bad, it must be, what is it, embargoed? I remember it's embargoed.
I didn't look.
Must
I
be
just
free
saw it in my
light.
rear view mirror.
Oh,
It's been getting a lot of traffic, I think,
Yeah.
over the last week or two.
That's all I had. You got anything else?
So,
Kind of all we got right
you.
Alright,
Okay, no, sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay.
We remember Scott wasn't here and then,
Anything came.
and so we jumped the gun on calling you in.
That's okay.
All right, auditor's office will discuss drainage measures.
I just have the items on the agenda already.
Okay, then we'll move on to number 5. Consider for approval change order number 1 for DD 92 improvement project.
We have a completion date of October 6th. Have we done any breakdown numbers on those estimates for each landowner?
No, I was kind of waiting for this
Okay.
because there were so many options
Yeah.
that I was trying to.
Now you finally got an amount.
I do, so
Yeah.
now I
And
can.
it's still variable.
And it's,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is better than what we had before.
it's a little closer, hopefully.
Yeah, so I can run
they've been
estimates
asking.
anytime
You
because
could
I
probably
just-
do an estimate at the minimum cost.
Yeah, and now I have that.
Yeah.
So I can run an estimate based on this and I
Okay.
can add whatever we need and every
Everybody's
different
been
one.
asking, you know, so
Yeah.
it's just like, it would be
Hopefully.
nice. So if they call over to you, you can give them some type of a range.
Hopefully it all just works out.
I hope
That'd be
so.
The
nice.
easy way.
I hope so.
That one's been kind of.
Yeah, that one's, very many horses been whipped as much as this one.
Oh. I will make a motion to approve the change order for number 1 for GD 92 improvement project.
I'll second it.
Motion from Smith and second from Derby. Yeah, but you cleaned yourself up. To approve the change order number 1 for DD 91, or 92 improvement project. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then will you send that bill?
I didn't realize all that was such a tongue twister.
And then I'll get that back to Colin.
25th today.
Thank you.
Okay, number 6, consider for approval resolution to levy drainage taxes.
At least we don't have the issue Hancock has.
What's that?
They had a little faux pas down there. They aren't gonna be able to levy for another year, it sounds like on one of their districts. It's what, $900 and some thousand. They didn't include everything, I think.
It's in like four or five parcels.
Yeah. So
But they are rather substantial.
So they
So-
didn't have enough time to get it on.
Yeah.
Yep, that's bad.
Because they would have had to
Okay, what do I
refund
do?
some and charge others.
What is it this week?
Are you riding dirty tonight?
Yes, I'm riding dirty
Cool.
tonight, an hour long show.
What time?
So that just
5
tells
hours.
us you're doing a good job.
Before
Try.
driving.
Well, unfortunately, everybody can have one.
And sometimes it's the software.
Yeah, yeah, it could be that.
Do we have to call law enforcement?
Please, would you?
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Terry?
I said sometimes it could just be a quirk in the software.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You just have to.
Glad we're not there.
Me too. And I'm thankful that it isn't as high as other years have been. Some projects haven't been that high, so that's good.
this has been, yeah, you thought this was a pre-made,
Yeah. Well, no, that is this time.
is it this resolution? Oh, no, it is today.
We just have to change the names.
Oh, but what's there is what was
That was
last year.
last year's.
Yeah.
Yeah. The rest of the information is this year. We just have to change the names and I can reprint it.
We don't have to.
I
Unless
suppose
you
they
have
could
the
do it
same.
the same way, yeah.
I would make a motion to approve the resolution to levy drainage taxes.
I'll second it. There we go. There we got, change the name. A motion by Smith and second by Genvold to approve the resolution to levy drainage taxes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It's
I
the
always-
simple things.
Okay.
I was wondering whether we, you might have felt left out there.
I'll be
And then
okay.
If you could stamp long form, the stapled sheets.
And this is good enough on that one.
Yep. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you for your support. Yeah, there you go.
You
Yeah.
gotta redo it anyway.
Was somebody-
Yeah.
Yeah, step on the back. Sometimes somebody got it shut. Yeah, consider for approval auditors transfers.
Motion to approve auditor's transfers.
I'll second it.
A motion by Smith and a second by Derby to approve the auditor's transfers. All in favor,
Aye.
say aye. Okay, I'll say aye. Discussion regarding rural recycling bins in Thompson.
People are angry. The lids are heavy, they can't lift them up, they can't reach it, they can't,
They say they have to be 10 or 12 feet tall to be able to lift it up and put it in.
Oh,
The red trailer is the one that needs to be there.
yeah, it's lighter. It's still a little high, but I know
Doable though.
it's doable.
Yeah.
So can he get a second one if he needs to have a second one? So that when he trades them out, they're,
And then the other thing is, he combined with another company.
Yeah, there's a guy that does garbage pickup and evidently some recycling out of Lakota, Iowa. He went to North Iowa High School, he's a good kid.
Yeah.
It sounds like he, I don't know, went into partnership or whatever with him. Well, I haven't talked to him
So
since that
company name
happened.
really hasn't changed yet or anything for our contract.
Well,
It sounds like the new contact is this other person.
yeah. I'll have to stop in there and talk to him. Had a few things going on.
Well,
I stopped up there once, but he wasn't there.
the biggest complaint for the blue one is the heavy lids, and there's no real handle there. I mean,
I did,
if there was a lip that stuck out anyway, that would help. It's just, you gotta pull the angle iron sticking up. It's not,
I did communicate to him that the red one was the best one to leave there.
the lids are heavy on the blue ones. So
Yeah.
I think his concern about the plastic lids blowing open, I don't know if that's even a problem.
Yeah, it's kind of protected there somewhat. There's trees around there.
there could be a latch or something.
To tell you the truth, most people that are putting anything light in there are putting it in bags, which they shouldn't be putting in plastic bags, but they are. So it's not like it's gonna blow out.
Yeah.
I always encourage paper bags, but
I've noticed when I've checked it that there's often another like little bag sitting, even though there's room in it. but it's sitting off to the side. So I kind of checked it out, and they're ones that are like redeemable cans. Like if somebody wanted to leave them out so that someone else could
Someone else can cash in on them.
cash in on it. So somebody's trying to be a good,
But that's over in the other part of town.
I don't know.
That's over at the former ambulance shed.
Bill
Yeah.
just needs to sign that.
No stamping?
That's the new one?
That didn't take long. Must not have to change much.
No, evidently not.
Somebody just needs to talk to him, because it's, people, we're getting lots and lots of calls, and I'm sure you guys are getting lots and lots of calls.
Actually, since he got the timing down on dumping it, I haven't got the calls like I had. I haven't heard anything in a month.
Yeah, not about being full or
Right,
anything,
right.
but about the ability to.
Yeah.
I've
That part.
heard the lid part.
Yeah, we're still getting lots of calls about people, especially older women and some elderly males. They just aren't strong enough to lift that up and lift it up
Hold
over
it
their
in,
head.
Put something in.
Yeah.
Shoulder pain
Takes
is
two
a
hands to put it in.
real thing.
They just can't do it, and they're,
And they're probably some of our best recyclers.
yeah, and they're upset
Too.
about it, and they want something that they can use.
And maybe it'd help if they just got plastic lids for the blue one, you know?
Yeah, they're available, I guess.
I'd have to
Yeah, but
have
the
like
blue,
a
the blue one is
2x4
also taller, is it not?
stick
I
under
think
it to
so.
keep it
So
open
it
while
would be
I was
better
throwing stuff down.
Overall, if there was
And I'm pretty
the red
strong.
one was left there as much as possible.
Well, they said if you're not gonna do that, then you need some kind of a
Step,
platform to step on or something. You
Then
need
you're
something
gonna run
different.
liability and
Yeah. We just
if you build
need
a
something
sturdy
different.
enough one, it ain't too bad, but,
but you gotta have a rail and you gotta have handicap accessibility and
well, if you had,
then that's in the way when
yeah.
you have to park exactly right next to
Well,
it.
and it's gotta be, well, it has to be light enough to where the guy that's bringing the trailer can adjust it by hand possibly, you know, drag it to where it needs to be.
So these are not side mounts, these are.
So it's like this, the top is like this, and there's a lid that goes up like this. It's high enough to where, I think I'm right here at the bottom of the lid.
All the lids open sideways though, right? They don't open up, do they?
No, the blue ones open up, the heavy ones go like this.
Oh,
You
they
gotta
go
hold
up
them
to you.
The black lids on the red trailer go like this.
It
Yeah.
takes two people for the other one, really does. Somebody hold it
Yeah.
up.
So that's the nice thing about the plastic ones, you can flip it open, leave it open, put your stuff in, flip it shut.
Yeah.
Or maybe even if they hinged them.
So have we received any, data on how much he's hauled in and where it's going?
No.
Okay, we need that too.
I think it's supposed to be quarterly,
Is that what it said on the, okay,
so it should be coming
so
soon.
soon,
Because we started 1st of May or so.
that'll be,
So the end of July would be the first quarter.
okay.
All right, I'll stop in there.
Throw some suggestions out there.
Yeah. I'll throw my weight around.
You can tell him.
Fortunately, I have the wrong kind, but
We are, we're gonna be expecting to see those, the tonnage or
So I just-
how that is.
So I was wondering if we hinged them on the front, so when you go down the road, they just stay shut.
if they
Yeah,
bolt like
Forward.
that, yeah.
that would help.
It would.
You know.
The other ones I've seen, there's a sliding door, so when you're going down the road, the door is already towards the cups, but it slides.
Sliding door would be the best option
And
altogether.
you just throw it right in
But
there.
those things I don't think would be light enough to slide. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a mid-grade plastic, basically, is what
Yeah,
it is, but
anything plastic would be an upgrade.
it slides on this, and then the support on the back prevents that from flying off. But for anybody, they can just push it aside, throw their stuff in, even if they can't raise their arm above their shoulder, which is something, a lot of consideration has to be taken when people are elderly. Getting there myself. You just have, you have that ability to just, okay, I can just dump it right in, and then it goes down enough. Because I don't think you're gonna get, I don't know, we'd have to see what the tonnage is, but if he could do something like that, that would be much easier than.
So how does it slide if you have another door right in front of it?
Because you have a genuine space.
So the space leaves for it.
Right, the door slides over,
These are close, aren't they?
and then it slides closed, and when you're driving, it doesn't come off because it's towards the end of the doorway to the left.
So my thought is if you're gonna make it slide, maybe it's a swing and slide where you have four arms that go like this.
Yes.
It flops onto the next one.
Right. Much more simplistic, much easier. And for those people who cannot put their arms above their shoulders, and that is a prevailing problem, particularly for the seasoned citizens of the world, it makes it much easier for them.
When I inherited the school and all its stuff, there was some material there. It was a white material that I think they put on the whiteboards. They attached it to the slate boards. It was like an 1/8 inch thick. If you had a aluminum frame, angle frame around that, attach that to it, something like that would be nice and light.
Yeah.
One of the other fun things they're doing out on the west, especially like in Arizona and places like that, is they have you put your bag, whatever it is, and I know plastic bags don't make any sense, but follow me for a moment. You have your bag, you push it up against the door opens from the inside and allows it to go down, and then it closes up automatically. So all you're doing is pushing it closed. You never have to worry about lifting the lid, but it's like a spring action, not very heavy, but it's a spring action that closes it back up.
So it actually has a hood kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Like a drop box.
Yeah, like you're putting it into a trash can at a place that has a lid that closes up from the inside. It's like a spring action type thing. And that's being very successful because when you take it down those highways, like let's say 7 or 9 or something like that out there in Arizona, winds pick up. But with that close like that, it doesn't allow for that air to get in there.
Imagine the nicer the lids get for you being able to use them, the more expensive they get too, I would guess.
Well, there is the practicality of not having stuff flying all over the place. And then, of course, you're also helping out the people that can't. They're all injured, let's put it that way.
He could probably take the existing lids, flip them upside down, so they're like this rather than like this. Use that as your top, and then put sides on it, and then put your flip door underneath it. Same opening, there wouldn't be a lot of retrofit.
Yeah, especially on the heavier ones, if they had, like your hatchback, stuff like that, had them shock absorber things on them that take the weight off of them, and then you'd have to slightly pull down to get it closed.
But I think he'd worry about it being open all the time then.
Yeah.
That's where the flip door would be kind of nice to push things through. As long as it's not
He
too
gets the
quickly
perfect one.
retracted where it got your fingers.
If he gets the perfect one figured out, he could have a patent to make all sorts of money with it.
Get warm in here. I think we need to cool off.
All right, well, I'll stop in and talk to him.
All right, great.
All right, discussion of possible action discontinuing project coordinator for EMS position.
So there's some discussion about not having the project coordinator. Are we talking about Jason?
That position.
The position.
So his position going forward would be, if we were to retain it, to review the budget and the expenses going forward, or is there gonna be a need for that?
I'm not sure that there's a need for that position. I think that,
Who will relay the information from the technical committee? A representative of the technical committee?
I would think so.
Well, could be our representative on the technical committee. Right now, it's you and the secretary of the, recording secretary.
There's enough
Through the minutes.
overlap on all those committees that, because Daisy and Mike and Susan all go to basically both of those committees.
Well, she's not a voting member of the one.
No, but they attend.
Mike and Daisy are representatives on both.
Mm-hmm.
What would be best for continuity to, so that we have all that?
Well, I would assume that there's some pressure from the other side to get rid of Jason because they all hate each other, so
Well, I feel like part
let's
of
just
the
cut to it.
problem is, well, Jason, let's face it, Jason got up in the last meeting and laughed halfway through because somebody asked him some questions that he couldn't answer. He got up and threw a fit and left.
I didn't see it. I just got up and laughed.
I would like a liaison or whatever you want to call it that still is between the committee and the council. Someone who can really explain things to the council so that they don't feel like they're not informed. Because that was a complaint that they had.
I guess the one thing I can see, if we're counting on somebody like Daisy to be the connecting part between them, she's also almost a conflict of interest because she's the third party of the three-way agreement.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I agree.
so you gotta be careful, what we're putting on her.
Maybe we need to find somebody who's less controversial.
Well, where do you start with the controversial personalities?
Maybe somebody like Deanne Hanna, who's more,
But the other thing there is almost a conflict there because she's part of the 4C EMS. I think she's great. She's done a lot of things in this process, but there
Part
again
of what
is
made
conflict.
Jason desirable was that he didn't work for,
He was kind of a neutral party,
yeah, neutral.
knowledgeable. The other side of it is it is a somewhat of a cost burden on the budget too. I mean, it's not a big cost burden, but it's part of the budget.
That's true.
Just trying to look at both sides of it.
Mm-hmm. 25?
5, isn't it?
I think it's 25.
24.
Was it 2,500?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was 24 for some reason.
Something like that.
Okay, so the description for the position said, I think liaison among them, plus assisted in presenting budgets with the budget processing, as far as claims and stuff like that, and plus helping set the new budget, or which was included in on the liaison part of it.
I don't think we ever really came up with a job description for that person.
Yeah. No, so I'm trying to figure out what our intent was.
Is it more in the budget part of it? Or was
I
it?
think that's my job, really. I think it's more the liaison part of it.
I just don't want any, miscommunication between them, between the technical and the advisory, and then it gets to the advisory and they don't understand it that much, and it keeps going on. And then it gets to us and we nix it, then you gotta start all over.
I kind of feel like we haven't gone through a full process yet. We haven't even got our agreement. I hate to bail on the position till at least the first of the year when we appoint things. I'd like to get kind of into see how things are working before I make a decision like that.
And personally, I kind of like having someone in the position that isn't one of the Kool-Aid drinkers.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to have your stuff in order.
It was kind of key for a while there when we weren't sure what direction we were going, that you came up with outside the box thoughts and things like that. Always good to look at different ways of looking at it. But we're kind of past that part now.
But we still don't really have the processes figured out, how things are gonna flow through and. Or maybe you think we do, Carla?
Well, Tuesday night they're having a EMS, countywide EMS meeting where they're going to discuss a lot of the processes that they're gonna be going through. They're gonna have the whole county system there.
Where is that being held?
Thompson.
At like a roundup room or something?
No, the fire hall. So I feel like they're working on things and I don't know, maybe that's something that one of you guys want to attend, maybe it's not, I don't know.
We're talking not tonight, next Tuesday, August 1st.
I'm not sure off the top of my head, I can't remember. I just saw it this morning.
It's the first I was hearing of it, I guess.
Joe mentioned it when he was sitting in here the other day, that they were creating a new
Or trying to bring it
council
back.
or.
July 25th.
Or was there one at one
It
time?
used to be.
Tonight.
I've been to them.
25th?
Mhm.
That's right.
You think you'll be able to make it that one?
Carl, what time?
1900. Which I don't know what time it is, but
Is that 7 o'clock?
It is.
Help me out here, guys.
Eastern time.
Yeah, I'll go. If I'm invited.
You can forward that one to her then.
I was just gonna print it.
Good. Yeah.
At this point, I don't see the EMS coordinator position directing the county-wide EMS board to do anything. They should be listening and noting what they're, being aware of what their needs are. So I don't know if he was invited to that one tonight, or
Not that I know of.
I guess I'd like to table number 9.
I would agree for now.
Table it indefinitely until the
Well, it's a yearly appointment, so at least address it the first of the year, if not sooner.
All right. Okay, we'll move on to number 10, consider for approval chief deputy job description.
We came across that policy that the previous sheriff had written when Mike came into that position, and so basically we just plagiarized it onto my letterhead and just putting it forth, just renewing it. No change.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, so it would have been whatever you had approved before, had on file before, we just freshened it up, put it on my letterhead, and, so.
So if I don't have a concern with your letterhead, then I should be okay with it?
It's spelled correctly, everything's good.
I saw you on a different golf cart. They didn't.
Yeah, another one's still getting some
Oh,
TLC.
I was hoping maybe they didn't. Wasn't that they couldn't find parts for one that old or not?
Well, we're still there. I haven't heard. I gotta check on that.
So since this is in our policy book, that's why we need to approve it then.
It's a job description, and because Mike's different than the other salaried employees, that's why you need to approve it.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the chief deputy job description update.
I'll second it.
Motion Derby and Senator Smith to approve the chief deputy job description. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Number 10, open forum. Or number 11, excuse me. As you can see.
I guess that's me. I'm the only person here. Alright,
You're
so
up.
here's some pictures of what's going on at the Golden Oval substation. With the Bitcoin mining that Heartland Power has leased out to a gentleman. And my concerns, a few concerns, is I met with Matt there yesterday evening. He's gonna measure the setback to make sure it's within requirements of the setback from the back of the property.
Matt Dubay you're talking about.
What's that?
Matt Dubay.
Matt Dubay, correct. It is exhausting hot air under our corn. It's been a little tough on it. You could probably see that in that picture. Yesterday it was 85 degrees out. Thermometer in the corn, first row was 105, 106. So that's, I don't know if there's anything in the ordinance or zoning ordinance that deals with exhausting air onto somebody else's property. Another concern is it's essentially, is it okay to have a commercial property essentially in something that's zoned to agriculture?
No, this property that he's utilizing, or they're utilizing, is utility property, so
Right.
it's under, not even in our control, it's under the utilities board.
But it's leased by them. I mean, so essentially my question would be is if Heartland Power owned 80 acres and they decided to lease it to somebody and they wanted to put up a gas station, mobile home park, is that okay then? I mean, that's just a concern that I have. So does our zoning ordinances need to be possibly changed or updated to say what public utilities can do on agriculture land? I mean, does that need to be addressed with some different ordinances or zoning? Or is there a Bitcoin mining ordinance has there, one of those been? Is that in our ordinance, anything of where those can be located? My understanding, there was another issue with a place here in Forest City using some Bitcoin mining also.
But that's already on commercial.
Yeah, and this is in agriculture, and so that's my question. So do we need to have a specific policy addressing?
And that one, there's a lot of area around the
Right.
building that they're doing it in.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe there needs to be a specific policy addressing Bitcoin mining or cryptocurrency mining. Just, we need to maybe change with the times. I mean, when's the last time the zoning ordinance has really been updated?
What's your name?
That wonder.
Bring up the property here.
We could probably do it and put it up on the. screen around.
So you go north of, on 140th Avenue.
It's under Heartland Power, if you wanna get an overview. It's on the corner of 460th and 130th Avenue.
I've seen it, I've been out there in person, but it's interesting to see it from above here. So they have who has a lease on this?
I believe the gentleman's name is Adam Haynes.
Haynes?
Haynes, Haynes. He also has, from my internet research, did this with Cedar Falls Utilities in Cedar Falls.
I just assumed it was all some part of the chicken.
Yeah, that's what I assumed also.
Yeah.
And what is this facility?
So it's.
It's Bitcoin mining.
Bitcoin mining, it was.
Yep.
What do they got there that needs to be cooled?
So
It's just a bunch of CPUs that are mining Bitcoin, so essentially they're pulling cool air from the west and shooting it out to the east. So,
If they'd put it on the other side, it would have been,
yeah, but the predominant winds are out of the northwest. So, then you're gonna be blowing, they're gonna be fighting the winds. So I assume that's why they set them up that way.
so how big an area does this take up?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
But
I think there's four Bitcoin mining buildings.
What was the address, Terry?
It's on, at the corner of 430th and 130th, I don't know.
460th.
Or 460th, sorry.
Yeah.
130th and 460th. Address-wise, it's 45949, 130th.
And then they put that fence up. I don't know if they did that to try to control hot air or if they did it because earlier this spring there was some pretty good winds out of the east. So I don't know if it was affecting their
I
airflow.
think when I went by it earlier, it was in disrepair. The fence was kind of even,
Yeah, they got it sort of shored up now.
okay.
I would assume it would have been to stop blowing air into the.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's about 2 foot,
I mean, if
2 or
it's 108 degrees, with the fence there, that means that it would just completely kill everything.
Right.
It would be, I bet it would be 150 degrees.
Right.
In that corn easy.
Right. Yeah, so they're approximately where your cursor is, and well, they're on the other, to the east a little bit. So they're about 20, the base is about 20 foot off the property line, and the fans actually reach out probably to about 18 feet off the property line.
So you said you contacted Matt?
Yes.
today, And Matt's been out there?
He's been out there, he's gonna survey it, I think, to
Just to see the size?
see the property line, to see if they're in compliance with setbacks.
Well, if you're putting up something that, on your property that negatively affects your neighbor, I mean, I don't, normal setbacks shouldn't even apply in a sense here.
Right,
I
and
mean,
it
if
should
it was
be,
just blowing out, you know, if it wasn't blowing out the hot air, there wouldn't be a problem. It would be
Right.
just blowing the hot air and it's still getting to your crop.
right.
So,
And then my question is, would they follow agriculture setbacks or would they follow commercial property setbacks?
I mean,
But so are you, on a lot of these like substations and things like
Mhm.
that, you're just being, they really own farther out?
No,
Just, no.
no.
You're just not being allowed to farm their property. It's not like that.
Yeah, I mean, that north corner, we've always farmed and that's always, but it's along the east side there is where the damage is occurring. On the ground that we rent from my
you
grandma.
rent the north,
No, we've just always farmed it.
I don't care.
They've never cared.
Well, often they want to do that just to keep the weeds down.
So they don't have to maintain it. And we, originally when it was Dairyland Power, we asked and they said that was fine.
So how big is the area that you're, just because I'm curious, that you farm?
I think it's like a half acre approximately. You can see where it's tilled there.
And how much is it affecting as far as,
I'm guessing it's 100 foot long and goes probably 4 or 5 rows in. So,
they almost might call it a wash if you got the north?
yeah, but they're talking about putting them on our habitat or something, so
Yeah.
we might just be done with it,
Yeah.
so.
So I guess the next step is just to hear what Matt has to say about it.
Yeah, and I would like some clarification too, should it be, is it okay to have commercial property in something that's zoned to agriculture? One, and should the setbacks follow agriculture setbacks or should they follow commercial property setbacks?
So what did Matt say about the parcel?
He hasn't been real clear on that yet. So,
Well, maybe we can put it on the agenda for next.
Yeah, we really can't comment on it without being on our agenda, but we can listen to it.
yeah, no, that's fine.
Well, at a minimum, they should be paying some crop damages or whatever.
And they've offered to, but yeah, so but then it's, why should somebody be able to make somebody else's land unusable? Or if I wanted to park a fuel wagon there, that might be a little dangerous.
So, yeah, the questions are agricultural zoning versus commercial versus utilities.
Right.
So we'll find out what.
And my understanding is, Winnebago County is not able to tax them, that falls under a state thing. But it doesn't, when I've read the zoning ordinance, you still have power over zoning of utilities.
So,
Utilities are a very different animal, and usually if utilities are involved,
But does the leasee get to follow the exact rules that the utility do?
I don't know.
That's my question.
how is a Bitcoin mining facility considered a utility?
But they're on the utilities land.
On the utilities land is all,
Yeah,
but really they're a commercial
entity.
entity.
That's the kicker. I don't know.
In
Yeah.
some places, they call them manufacturing, because they're actually manufacturing bitcoins.
Okay. Well, then can manufacturing be in,
Right.
I mean, so those are just my questions. I would like some clarification on some of those
Just put
issues.
it on the agenda again and see
Okay.
if we can get some more information and
Yeah.
then maybe we can comment.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Once we get information from Matt, put it on the agenda, or?
Did he give you any indication?
He thought he'd be able to maybe get to it next week. So it'll probably be the week after, because your guys' meetings are on
So I was
Tuesdays.
thinking maybe not next week, then put it on the next.
Yeah. Give him a week.
I'll talk to Matt and see when he can be available.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, thanks, that.
All right, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Trying to look at a current satellite view. Gives a better idea.
Yeah, it would be nice to have a
could get a tough load.
Whether to
Hmm.
move the earth is better view.
Yeah. Wonder whether you,
Gary Wonder.
That's his son.
Oh, it is? Oh,
He's a pharmacist down in Iowa City area.
gotcha.
And farmer.
utilities, they'll have very powerful lobbyists. And
Yeah, but I was looking at, in,
Just want to take that with you.
in Franklin County, they had one come up, but it was a quarter of a mile from the substation. So they went through the zoning process there. So this is different when it's on utility land.
What was the address of the place again?
45949, 130th Avenue, Thompson. 949.
do you know that utilities used to pay like 4 times what they pay in taxes? And that the utility lobbyists have,
Are they kind of like ag, when you get more utilities, they just kind of disperse it?
no,
The
they've
same
just,
amount comes in each
they've
year, so they
literally just
disperse
taken it down. They've
Not
changed
doing
the way that they have taxed the
Well,
utilities.
so I'm
so
wondering if
it's
they put
almost
a
down to
cap
nothing.
on overall utility taxes,
It's just been taken down.
the rates.
Just who's in whose pocket.
Yep.
I definitely don't want to go against a local utility. They do a lot of good things for us.
No,
but
but,
Well, it's the local
and I don't
utility, what's
understand
going
this.
on in their
the-
property.
Well, they do.
I
As far as the
really
damage
don't
and stuff,
understand it,
they do.
but I'd like to, it's interesting, isn't it?
Crazy.
I just don't know how it can create, I've been out there, it's hot.
Today, everything's hot.
No, but even when it wasn't, it was like, there's a lot of energy
Where is it?
happening there,
Remember,
So,
right north of Rembrandt.
on the corner.
There's so many.
No, that's not, are we too far?
I mean,
Which one you what?
so many things I don't understand, you know?
Oh, here.
I still get on an airplane,
Oh, yeah.
don't know how it works.
How do we lose rent? There it is.
this way,
Oh, you're the wrong way.
this thing here,
It's not there yet.
it's not there in that either.
Okay.
So the rest of the open forum stuff.
You all right?
We knew that would happen, didn't we?
Oops.
Thousands of people, just something was coming up with us.
Are we disconnected?
Nope, we are not.
Looking around here,
Carla, is there supposed to be claims on here?
There's probably
They were
supposed to
sent
be.
out.
Yeah, I saw some, I read some claims.
I guess it'll probably have to be on next week's.
All right,
Well-oiled machine.
We're flying with both propellers.
I know where you work.
That's what Howard Hughes
I know
used to
where
say
you
about the
work.
spruce goose. 12 propellers. Well, we're flying with both propellers.
More like Ron White. Hey, it's an oil pressure.
all right, is there anything else? We stand adjourned.
I read that. I woke up.
Will you knock on
Oh,
Brody's
there
door?
goes
I don't know how to shut
there
this
goes
off
it.
now that I broke everything today.
Talented individual.
Did you ever see him?
Yes.
I did have a question on the claims.
He
What?
had
Under
Yours.
his budget, there was a Verizon.
pieces, seconds.
Oh, God.
Verizon they claim for $160 under his.
Okay,
Is that something we bought from Verizon, or is it a service we're buying?
that's a very good question.
He's not in there, so.
Just heard about it.
I can't remember the.
But, you know, they used to be